create your own starting
R.O.N TV. Let's talk sports for a second, man. Let's talk sports for a second.
On his starting five over Giannis. Austin, chop it or drop it?
Chop it.
Bro,
Okay,
let me get straight
I
to
don't
it.
think he meant anything personal by it. I think once he put
The reason the Milwaukee Bucks
is based upon the team around them. You understand what I'm saying?
He was like, oh, I got too forward.
got Doc Rivers.
Kevin Durant, LeBron James,
That's for the
obviously, so I don't
postseason.
think it's a personal shout out to Giannis. I think
They keep talking about somewhere he's 3-7 since having them, since been coaching. Bro, he is not there for the regular season. Doc Rivers is not there for the regular season. They didn't hire him to have a great season. They hired him so he can carry them through the fucking playoffs, man. Like, the shit is fucking simple. It's simple as hell. Y'all worried about the wrong shit. Now they talking about the Bucks family request the trade of the firing of Doc Rivers. The Bucks family, you motherfuckers don't know shit about basketball. Why you think they fired a head coach that was doing good? What was dude's name? I don't even fucking know his name. Great record when they fired him. But how much potential or how much knowledge do we have going into the postseason? Dude, them trying to win right now. They trying to win now. That's why they went and got Dame. They got Dame to help Giannis overcome. Who went to the finals last year? Was it Boston? Was it Boston? Yeah. Bro, people still got Boston coming out of the East, bro. If you don't have the Bucks coming out of the East, you tripping. Bucks is coming out of the East. Them going to get Doc Rivers was for the postseason. Okay.
for him in the Clippers. Let's not forget that. I don't know if there's like frustration there or there's tension there between you. I know a lot of times we had to sit you towards the end of the game due to defensive reasons. But you had your best years as a starter there, especially our whole system was drafted around you because you're a shooter. You're not a guy who can put the ball on the floor. You were a strictly shoot guy. You're not like Klay Thompson or Steph who can put the ball on the floor. You're a guy who could.
This is Austin Rivers calling out JJ Redick because JJ Redick is calling out Doc Rivers. So this is son Austin Rivers responding to JJ Redick.
Who could catch and shoot. And you did it at a high level. Hell of a career, by the way. Big fan. But your best years were under him. It's just very ironic and kind of weird that you have this energy towards him in terms of him never, ever being accountable, considering
you got this energy towards my pops, nigga.
That would be my response.
Look, this is just simply tough love between our analysts.
I love you, JJ.
Thank you.
I love you, JJ. We still do. I just don't agree with it. That's all.
Yeah. Let's see what they do on the court. How about this? ESPN's second half coverage, tip-offs with NBA Friday doubleheader. Welcome to NBA Today. I'm your girl, Tanae McKay, filling in for my sis, Malika Andrews. We've got Ramona Shelburne, Austin Rivers.
Yeah, so I don't know what JJ Redick said. He a decent analysis. You know what he be talking about. But calling out Doc Rivers for what? What are you calling out Doc Rivers for? Again, Doc Rivers is there for the postseason. He's only there to get them to a championship, not to win games during the regular season. They are going to win games, period. They are going to make the playoffs. They're going to be a high seed. He is there strictly for when they get in the second round, going up against teams like the Celtics, teams like, who else is out there? The Sixers, motherfucking. They even got New York up there. I think New York, like, he is there to get them to the finals. or possibly win the finals. He's not there for them to go 20-0 for the remainder of the season. That's not gonna mean shit if you get to the playoffs and y'all get y'all ass kicked up out of there. So they on Doc Rivers' heels. They on Dame heels. Man, look, Dame is there to win the chip. They hired Doc Rivers to win the chip. Now let's see what else they talking about.
Rivers with me, Zach Lowe is at home, but he's with us in spirit here in studio, and everyone, y'all. All-Star Weekend is officially in the rearview mirror. Now the second half of the season is right around the corner, which means things are about to heat up. Can you believe, y'all, that the playoffs start 2 months from today? So let's catch you up on everything around the association with a little coast to coast, starting with the Boston Celtics, who have a 6-game lead on the rest of the East with only 27 left to play. So Austin, with an overall home court advantage, is it championship or bust for Boston?
Absolutely. When you talk about this roster, outside of Denver, they're the best
Cleveland
starting
number
lineup
2
in basketball. They have the best overall record in the Eastern Conference, and this is a team that we all know gets judged in the postseason. Jason Tatum is an MVP-like player. He's got the cast that's built around him to contend for championships. This is a team that either goes to the finals, wins the finals, or it's not a successful season.
Oh, okay, you heard from Austin. Now, one lurking contender in the East is the Philadelphia 76ers, who have been without Joel Embiid since January. So, Ramona, how optimistic is the team that they'll get their MVP back this season?
There is an optimism in Philadelphia that Joel Embiid can return at some.
Yeah, so with the hiring of Doc Rivers, now they get past teams like the Sixers. Now they get past the Cavs. They was gonna get past the Cavs in them anyway. And the Sixers anyway. No matter who the fuck was coaching. They got too much talent on the Bucks. But they got Doc Rivers for the Celtics and the Celtics only. Now one motherfucker said that Boston know Doc Rivers moves. He used to coach for Doc Rivers. They know everything about him. They know how he moves. They know his plays. They know how he gonna run the shit. He gonna have them on business when it comes down to these playoffs. And that's why they get rid of the other dude, because the other dude don't have experience where they need him at. You know what I'm saying? So they got Doc Rivers for this postseason. Bam. They 3-7. Don't even fucking worry about that, Bucks fans. Don't even worry about that. Be worried about, are y'all going to get past the Celtics when it come down to the 7-game series? So, ain't nothing wrong with Doc Rivers. Ain't nothing wrong with the Bucks, man. Let them finish off this season without getting fucking injured. And then we see where we go from there. But yeah, they got Doc Rivers, man, because of, they need his coaching when it comes down to these y'all tied up, or y'all motherfucking up 3 and y'all fuck around and lose the series to the Bucks. I mean to the Celtics, or however it might go. However it might go, they only got Doc for the playoffs. Well, let's see what some of these other people have said.
Interesting. I mean, looking at this right now, the Cavs second. Who would have thought that? Okay, Stephen A., are you taking the Celtics or the field right now to win the East?
The Celtics. I've said it from the very beginning of this season, and I stand by it right now. They're the best team in basketball. They've got a 4-game advantage over the Minnesota Timberwolves, a 6-game advantage in the East over the Cleveland Cavaliers. They ended the first half of the season or before the All-Star break by winning 6 straight. Right now, they're number 1 in offensive efficiency, number 3 in defensive efficiency. Net rating, they're first in that as well. Outscoring opponents by 10.3 points per 100 possessions. I'm looking at them right now, and I'm saying, excuse me, I'm saying this about the Boston Celtics. And, JJ, I'm not even happy with them. because I think they jack up too many damn threes. I think it's like 47.3%. They lead the league in three-point rate. That's how much they're jacking up three-point shots, for crying out loud. I think they need to cut that down just a touch. And still, I'm looking at their personnel. I'm looking at Porzingis.
You don't really need to do that. Like I said again, they just trying to win games. When they come down to the 7th game, they not finna be shooting all them kind of motherfucking threes. They're gonna have to slow the game down. There's not finna be no high scoring ass 120, 130. None of that shit's finna happen in the postseason. None of that's finna happen. And then you ain't gonna see no scores, no higher than 120 in this postseason. It's finna be like 99 to 103 type shit, or 108 to 100. Shit like that. It's not going to be no high scoring games in this postseason. Unless somebody's just getting their ass blown the fuck out.
Game 7 in Miami after they overcame an 0-3 deficit, won 3 games, and Game 7.
That's what I'm saying.
Tatum got hurt easy.
You winning, you coming back from 0-3 deficits. What kind of shit is that? Like, nah, you.
The bottom line is this. We all looked at it and we said, damn, we kind of wanted Boston simply because we thought Miami was undersized going up against Denver, and we knew what the outcome would be. Obviously, we would have felt a little bit differently had that been Boston going against Denver instead of Miami. This is what I'm looking at right now. Boston's knocking on the door. I think Boston's the best team in basketball. I'm going with the Celtics, not the field.
Before I go into my point, Stephen A. JJ, can Giannis stop pretending, oh, I've had 4 coaches in a year? Because you wanted them all gone. You wanted Jason Kidd gone. You wanted Bud gone. You wanted Adrian Griffin gone. So please stop this notion talking about different system. They want you to do different things, different game plans.
He didn't want Jason Kidd gone.
Shannon, do you feel like he's kind of playing the victim right now?
He didn't. I'm telling you what, he didn't want Jason Kidd gone.
Yes. For the simple fact is he's a super duper star, and they'll do anything they can to keep him. They haven't had a player like him since one Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he ended up leaving, going to LA. The last thing you want to do is to have your 2 best players, they be unhappy and they leave, they exit stage, and so they're going to do everything. So he didn't want Bud gone. Let me ask you a question: did he want Bud gone?
Yeah.
Stephen,
listen, I'm not gonna. JJ's better equipped to answer that question than me. I will tell you this: Mike Budenholzer was a hell of a coach. I think that he went through a lot personally over the last year, and it was a lot that was wearing on him, and he wasn't the same.
Again, they worry about the wrong thing.
I don't think anybody looked at him and questioned his coaching ability. He wasn't the same person, but he definitely wanted Adrian Griffin, and then he didn't want him.
It don't matter if.
Okay. Then again, look here. This is what we know about the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks would have given Giannis anything he wanted, even a part of Harley Davidson, and they don't even own any part of Harley Davidson. But they would have gave him that to keep him happy. Now to your point. Stephen A., you make great, compelling points. The Celtics has looked like the best team, and now with Joel Embiid being hurt,
they look like the best team.
That's been
not the best team in the East,
bro. I did hear
bro.
Shaq tell Damian Lillard, say, look, if this thing goes sideways, you, Doc, and Giannis is going to take the blame. You need to go back, grab somebody by the throat, and say, this is what I need from you. And I think that is the only team right now that I look at that could cause them some problems. They do have 2 top 12 players. Giannis is one of the top 2 or 3 players in all the league, and we know what Dame can do. But right now, they're underperforming. Doc is underperforming coaching. 3-7 in the last 10 games. So, unfortunately, Stephen A., with Giannis,
again, that don't mean nothing.
Being hurt, as much as I want to take the field, I don't believe Cleveland can beat Boston in a 7-game series. I definitely don't believe your Knicks, because Thibodeau is going to be rearing those guys to the ground. They're going to be on fumes by the time the first round, let alone get to a second round or Eastern Conference.
By the way, before JJ, you jump in, that game's Celtics are at Knicks Saturday on ABC. JJ will be calling that game. That'll be a good one.
Okay.
First game with Mike and Doris and Lisa. So excited about that.
And I'll be there, JJ.
All right. As a fan?
Yeah, as a fan.
I love it.
I don't need to be at that game. The crew isn't back yet. Randall, Robinson, Anunoby. When
Oh,
everybody
okay.
get back, I'll be there.
Okay, because I'm there, so you're trying to act like it's not a big deal. The crew's not there.
It's not a big deal that you're there, Miss Yukon. Yeah, it's not a big deal. You're no Knicks fan. But go ahead, JJ.
Molly's going to be a player.
To answer the question, sorry, we got sidetracked there. To answer the question, I'm absolutely taking the Celtics right now over the field in the East. And that's not a knock. That's not a knock on any team in the East, because I think there's truthfully, a handful of really good teams in the Eastern Conference. The reason I'm taking the Celtics, it's not because of Jason Tatum. It's not because of Jaylen Brown. If anyone knows me and has followed me over the last year and a half, it's not because of Derek White and my love for him. It's because of Kristaps Porzingis. This guy is a total difference maker for them. He has given them a new dynamic for their offense, and he's providing the same defense, essentially, that Rob Williams was giving them.
Damn,
You
they
look at the
do
Celtics and
got
how they're playing right now.
Celtics do got
And I promise
Drew
you,
Holiday too, right?
This morning I try to keep the data and the stats.
I forgot they have Porzingis and Drew.
I gotta drop this. Joe Mazzulla at the beginning of the year, he talked about wanting to post up mismatches.
But again, I think Boston do got the best talent. So I just forgot about Porzingis and I forgot about Drew. Or don't they got Drew? Or I'm tweaking. The Bucks is the closest team. It's gonna be the Bucks, Celtics conference finals. They got Doc Rivers for game. They hired Doc Rivers, not for the season. They hired him for this motherfucking clash that they finna have in the playoffs. That's why they got Doc. So it don't matter about his record right now. Come on, I'm finna move on to this. I'm finna go on to Justin Fields. I'm following the Bears. For you Bears fans out there.